Readings and the Gospel, September the 3rd, 2017. The first reading, Jeremiah, chapter 20, verses 7 to 9. You have seduced me, Yahweh, and I have let myself be seduced. You have overpowered me. You are the stronger. I am a laughingstock all day long. They all make fun of me. For whenever I speak, I have to howl and proclaim violence and ruin. For me, Yahweh's word has been the cause of insult and derision all day long. I would say to myself, I will not think about him. I will not speak in his name anymore. But then there seemed to be a fire burning in my heart, imprisoned in my bones. The effort to restrain it wearied me. I could not do it. Responsorial Psalm. Thus I have gazed on you in the sanctuary, seen your power and your glory. Better your faithful love than life itself. My lips will praise you. Thus I will bless you all my life. In your name lifts up my hands. All my longings fulfilled as with fat and rich foods. A song of joy on my lips and praise in my mouth. On my bed when I think of you, I muse on you in the watches of the night. My heart clings to you. Your right hand supports me. May those who are hounding me to death go down to the depths of the earth. The Gospel, Matthew, chapter 16, verses 21 to 27. From then onwards, Jesus began to make it clear to his disciples that he was destined to go to Jerusalem and suffer grievously at the hands of the elders and the chief priests and scribes, and to be put to death and to be raised up on the third day. Then, taking him aside, Peter started to rebuke him. Heaven preserve you, Lord, he said. This must not happen to you. But he turned and said to Peter, Get behind me, Satan. You are an obstacle in my path, because you are thinking not as God thinks, but as human beings do. Then Jesus said to his disciples, If anyone wants to be a follower of mine, let him renounce himself and take up his cross and follow me. Anyone who wants to save his life will lose it, but anyone who loses his life for my sake will find it. What, then, will anyone gain by winning the whole world and forfeiting his life? Or what can anyone offer in exchange for his life? For the Son of Man is going to come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he will reward each one according to his behavior. This is the Gospel of the Lord. The second reading, Romans chapter 12, verses 1 to 2. I urge you, then, brothers, remembering the mercies of God, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, dedicated and acceptable to God. That is the kind of worship for you as sensible people. Do not model your behavior on the contemporary world, but let the renewing of your minds transform you, so that you may discern for yourselves what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and mature.